Hey everyone, Morgan here. So I think that a lot of people don't know that you can freeze so many things. The other day I posted on Instagram stories that you can freeze olive oil. And everyone was like, what? You can? This is olive oil from Costco. Now you can do this with anything. Now a lot of people said, will it expand? It might expand a little bit, but as you can see, there's space here. So, when you get stuff from the store, it's not filled up all the way. And the only reason it's on its side like this is because it can't stand up in my freezer. But you can stand them up, it's totally fine. But, commercial stuff, they don't fill things all the way to the brim. They fill things like right here or something, so there's already space. You don't have to do anything besides literally throw it in the freezer. And when you are ready to use it, just pull it out. And it lasts a long time. Of course, meats, vegetables, fruits, tortillas. And I just put them straight in the packages like this. Some people want to vacuum seal them, and that's totally fine too. There's just, again, like a lot of water bottles. I don't have as many in here as I want. But yes, definitely water bottles. I put any type of alcohol in the freezer just to keep it there. It doesn't have to go in the freezer, but it can. I also put dough, like see what I'm talking about with freezer bags? Sometimes they just lose their section. Anyway, so I need to use this pretzel dough here, but I will make extra huge batches of dough and then put the dough in there for later so I can bake this up at another time. Okay, I'm sorry, my freezer is a complete mess right now. We just did like a haul. Anyway, so outside of oil, almost just about any oils can be frozen, as well as coconut oil. I freeze a lot of coconut oil, and when you want it, you just take it out, and that's it. Stuff lasts forever. Chocolate, I freeze a lot of chocolate. Butter, you can freeze just about almost any dairy. Butter, I also freeze shredded cheese. Shredded cheese does better than blocked cheese. Block cheese might come out a little crumbly when you take it out of the freezer. So that's why the already shredded cheese is great for the freezer, because who cares, you're already going to be using it for crumbling purposes, right? But yeah, butter, milk, cream, I freeze a ton of cream. We use, I mainly use cream for like fettuccine alfredo. That's what I use a lot of cream for. But yeah, so like a lot of breads, pastas, things like that. Oh, bacon crumbs, bacon bits, whatever you want to call them. I put that in the freezer. Yeast can go in the freezer. It can go in the freezer and last for freaking ever in the freezer. You don't have to do anything special to take it out. You can just scoop it out and use it immediately. You don't have to defrost it or anything like that. Bananas can be frozen. I freeze bananas usually because they're turning already, and so when I take them out, I'm going to be using them for like banana bread or something. So when I make extra pancakes or muffins or anything like that, I'll put like half in the freezer, stuff like that. So almost any baked good can go in the freezer. You can also freeze eggs. However, you should never freeze an egg in its shell like this. What you should do is crack it. You can put them in like ice cube trays, or just in like, a big tray or whatever you want. Let me close this. You can put them in almost any type of container. You can just put them in a Ziploc bag and then freeze them like that. Don't do it in the shell, but you can do raw eggs once you crack them out of the shell and then put those in the freezer. Our freezers are huge assets to us. Not only, are they part of our preparedness plan, in the sense of we fill our freezers with lots of food. And even if there was a power outage, we had a 1700 watt solar system, and we powered freezers, fridges, everything on solar. So you can keep powering this with a solar generator that's at least, you have to check the wattage of your freezers, but I would say at least anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 watt solar generators. Or with just a regular generator, you can keep these going. What you could also do is, in a lights out situation, obviously just keep them closed, keep them full. I freeze water, freeze lots of water, okay? We freeze bottled water, water in plastic bags. We freeze all kinds of water. And it keeps the freezer running better in general, but especially during a power outage, the fuller it is, the more efficient and the colder it's going to stay, right? So some, a lot of freezers these days can run, can keep the food inside, cold for like 2 days, if it's not opened all the time, right? But in a power outage, if you're ever like, I don't know, all this stuff is going to go bad, you can take like fruits out and can it. You can take, meats out. Again, you can can the meats. Of course, it's going to take a lot of effort to do that stuff, but this is just ideas. So your freezer is not the end all, and it's not the only layer of your preparedness. But I'm just telling you lots of different things that you can freeze. So I don't have to run to the store for milk all the time. I could have that extra milk in here. I don't have to run to the store for bread all the time. I could have it here, or I can make it, of course. It's a layer. I have it stored. I can also make a lot of stuff, but I have a lot of the stuff stored. So like, for instance, I'll freeze a lot of fruits, or I will freeze a lot of the wild forage stuff that I found, and then I will just freeze it for a while, and then when I'm ready to can it, I'll bring it out. Same with frozen chicken, rather. You can take it out and can it. Just let it completely thaw out first. So I am totally cool and comfortable, keeping as much as we can in our freezers because we have the backup energy sources. And I also have other plans like the canning and whatever else I can do in case, I need to get some of that stuff out of the freezer or, whatever the case may be. We have layers, we have options, and of course this is not a be-all, end-all list of everything you can freeze, but I thought I would give you some tips about some things that you can freeze that most people think that you can't. Thank you all so much for watching Conquer Tomorrow by Preparing Today. Talk to you later. Bye.